we are on a very grey, wet, miserable Wednesday morning. So the energy this morning is very much that of sort of I must admit, trying to get out of bed this morning was real it was an effort. So it's quite good to have these Qigong sessions for me to focus on. Otherwise there was the real temptation to actually stay in bed today and not do everything. Not do anything. Not do everything? I can do everything. No, not do anything. So, part of what we can do with the Qigong is try and get your mind to a point where you can deal with external influences. And the way you do that is by allowing the mind to soften, allowing the thoughts to sort of drift and do whatever they're going to do. But the mind comes down and sits into the center of the body. And when you're in your center, then as external influences come at you, you don't get pulled out as much, you don't get pulled off center. So therefore your reaction to things can become smoother, more harmonious, because you have more options on how you deal with stuff. So this morning, there's a real kind of sense that the prevailing energy is that of sort of pushing downwards. It's a kind of a crushing energy, if you like, or a descending energy. Descending energy is probably better because crushing has an implication and a charge on it. So the energy is very much sort of like, can't be asked. So while we're doing our Qigong this morning, allow whatever thoughts are going to come across and wander across your mind to do whatever they're going to do, but try and detach your consciousness, your awareness, your mind intent, and bring it down into the belly. And it's the center of your being that you're looking for. So it's a point, it's roughly 2 to 3 fingers below the tummy button, but then back into the center of the body. So there is a tendency to try and focus on that point on the abdominal wall, which will give you energy because there's a chi point there, but it's not actually the Tandien, it's not actually the location we're looking for. We want to come back into the body, so you're sitting back against the spine. Okay, so just starting off, as we normally do, turn your foot 45 degrees to the corner, rest the foot on the floor and rock the foot back and forth. And then swap to the other side. So bringing your mind present into the moment, being here totally with what you're doing. Pick up the foot, shake off the ankle, and swap. And pick up the knee, circling the foot. Back the other way. Swap to the other side. And back the other way. And change. So feet together, circling the knees. And back the other way. And then come up, turn out the toes, turn out the heels, circle your hips. Back the other way. And change. Circling the shoulders. And back the way. and change. So just come to rest, so your feet are shoulder width, pointing straight in front of you, parallel, in line with one another. Softening the soles of the feet. And then softening the ankles. Become aware of the ankle joints and just allow them just to open. Moving up to the knee joints. Allow the knees to open. Look for anywhere where you're holding yourself tight, tense and rigid, where you're twisting and putting torque into the knee unnecessarily. And just let the joint release. Opening up the hip joints. Softening the muscles around the hips. Let the joint open. Tuck the tailbone under, as though you're sitting down on a stool. So softening all the way down through the legs now. Let yourself sink. Bring the shoulders over the hips. Elongate your spine. And then to complete the stretch in the spine, pull the chin back slightly. And standing upright, the skeleton is floating in space. Allow the muscles just to release. So they're sinking down. Softening the shoulders, opening the shoulder joints. Opening the elbows. Opening the wrists. Emptying the hands, let them become heavy. And just connect with your belly and start to breathe. Trying to get the breathing deeper and smoother into the body. Don't force it. Start. Bring the hands up the centre line as you breathe in. Hands come up over the head, push up. And then breathing out, circle the hands round. Breathing in. And breathe out. Letting the mind soften and sink into the body. change. So bring the hands up to the chest. Palms to the floor, push down. And let the hands come to rest by the sides. And again, softening the feet, softening the ankles, softening the knees and the hips, tucking the tailbone under, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin back slightly to create the stretch in the spine, all the bones floating in space, and relax the muscles down. Softening the mind further, let the mind sink deeper into the body, let the breathing slow and become deeper into the belly. Sitting back against your spine, softening the shoulders, and breathe in, bring the hands up the centre line. Breathe out, take the left hand up, right hand down. Breathe in, hands come back to centre. Breathe out, swap over. And keep going. And one more. And let the hands come back to the chest, breathing in. Breathing out, both palms to the floor, let the hands float down. And just come to rest. Again, softening your feet, softening the ankles, softening the knees, softening the hips, tucking the tailbone under. Let the shoulders come back to rest comfortably over the hips. Pull the chin back slightly to create a stretch in the spine. Breathing into the belly, softening the mind, let the mind sink down into the body. And bring the arms up. Swing one in front, one behind, come up, swap. So really softening the shoulders, relaxing the muscles off down either side of the spine, softening down through the arms. So you're opening the shoulder joints, softening the triceps, biceps, softening your elbows, opening up the forearms, releasing the muscles, softening the wrists, and down through into the hands. The hands become heavy like a weight on the end of a piece of rope, and the arms swing as though they are a piece of rope. Just engaging the shoulders, softening up into the neck, and then we start to rotate the waist. So we're now transferring momentum out into the fingertips as a result of turning the waist. And as you're turning the waist, just allow yourself to sit back against your spine. So you're rotating around the spine and it's just the waist that's turning. Shoulders move because the waist is turning. The hips are moving because the waist is turning. The legs are soft, acting more like pistons or shock absorbers. And don't let the momentum twist itself down through your knees and into your ankles. Just allow the legs to soften, opening up the hip joint, tucking the tailbone under. Let your breathing fall into a nice regular pattern that works for you. Again, softening the mind. Let the mind trickle down into the belly. Change, just let the hands come to rest by the sides. Again, softening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips, tailbone tucks under, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Pull the chin back slightly to create a stretch in the spine, bones standing upright, Muscles release. The mind softens, sink back down into the belly, breathing into the belly. And palms to the floor and forward. Fingertips raise the arms to shoulder height. Breathing out, sink the elbows, drop the wrists and down. Breathing in, hands come forward. And breathe out. Again, as you move, sitting back against the spine, keeping the weight evenly spaced on the feet, softening the legs. One more. And turning the fingertips to the right, just circle the hands around. Right hand in front of the face, left hand continues to circle down, then both palms end up facing the floor, forming a circle or holding a ball in your centre line. Just take a breath in. And as you breathe out, allow yourself just to turn to the right. Breathe in, the hands swap over and the waist returns to centre. Breathing out, turn to the left. Breathing in, swap the palms, waist returns to center. Keep going. So you're rotating again, using your waist, rotating around the spine, sitting back against the spine. Softening down through the legs. Releasing the shoulders. Releasing the muscles down either side of the spine. Softening the mind and letting it sink down into the belly. One more. With the hips square, let the lower hands circle up so that both hands are at chest height. Breathe out, just push the hands down. Let the hand come over the tummy, knuckle of the thumb in the tummy button, the palm rests down, the other hand comes in flat at the top. Left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. And just breathing into the belly, allow yourself to settle down onto your feet. Softening the ankles, softening the knees, softening the hips, tucking the tailbone under, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin pulled back slightly, all the bones floating in space. Let the muscles relax down. Breathing sinks into the belly, mind sinks to the belly. And bring the hands up, softening the shoulders, sinking the elbows, softening the wrists, wiggle the fingers at the end of the arms. Sitting back against the spine, keeping the shoulders soft. Soften across the shoulder blades and down the spine. And bring the hands down, circling the hands at the ends of the arms. Change, breathing in, coming up onto the toes. Breathe out, let yourself drop. In and out. Keep going. One more. And relax. Just give the legs a shake. Rotate the hips. Back the other way. Rotate the shoulders. And back. And relax. So thank you very much for joining me again this morning. I hope you enjoyed that session. Please tag, share, like, get this out there to as many people as possible. If you have any comments, it's always great to get your feedback, so please leave comments below so that I can read them and respond if need be. Again, thanks for joining me this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I shall be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for more of the same. Take care and have a really good day.